Tom Zeller.
I
How
like
are you
that.
doing?
I'm doing good. I like that Ravenclaw gear you're rocking.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to talk to you. How much time do I have with you? Because I could talk to you all day about Harry Potter and imagination and
I think we have 20 minutes, is what I think, but
Oh, good.
but I'm good.
That's
Yeah,
pretty good. Can you see this right here on my arm? I just want to show it off real
I do.
quick.
Is that a 9 3/4 right
It
there?
is.
Nice.
I got that tattoo a couple weeks ago at a fundraiser right before we went to Universal. But again, I can talk on and on and on, but we are here to focus on something that I'm hoping I'll get to go to. I'm making all the plans in the world. Harry Potter, the exhibition. It's going to be in Dallas this fall at Pepper Square, opening October 24th. Tickets go on sale September 10th. But if you are on the
10th.
wait list, 10th, correct?
Yep,
But if you're on the wait list pre-sale, you can get them September 9th.
that's right. Yep.
All right. Well, you best believe I'm on that wait list. So Tom Zeller, president and CEO of Imagine, which is producing this exhibition. So Tom, tell us a little bit about what this exhibition is.
Yeah, sure. Well, you gave everybody the details on where we are, right? We're Pepper Square. Um, the exhibition is the most comprehensive touring exhibition related to Harry Potter in the world. So it has, if so first of all, if you're a Harry Potter fan, which I know you are, so I can see that already,
A little.
and I'm going to share with you what's inside of it. So in the show, there's hundreds of props and costumes that were actually worn by the actors in the film. So all the films are represented in some way. So that's all eight of the Potter films, as well as Fantastic Beasts, and a little bit of Cursed Child, which is the Broadway show. So we've the whole universe is there. What we wanted to do was create an environment where we sort of you're not completely immersed in the world. Like you're not, if you go to Universal, you said you've been, you're going to Hogwarts, right? You're outside and it's amazing, right? You see the castles. Um, Ours is a little more intimate, and you do feel like you're in each of these places, but like for moments at a time. So we're popping you through so many different spaces. So first, we're going to bring you back and sort of reset your memory on all things Harry Potter. So there's a couple little media introductory moments, and then we go into a gallery we call houses. And when you go into the exhibition, you get a little RFID wristband that looks like this. It's got a golden
Okay.
snitch on the side of it, and you
Yes.
put a little information about who you are, and then as you go through, you'll tap onto these RFID wristbands, and it will keep track of your points. So you're Ravenclaw. You'll probably choose Ravenclaw as your house. You can choose any house though, whatever you want to do. And then you'll choose a wand. You'll choose a Patronus,
Mm.
and you will go through the experience, and you'll use this wristband to interact with things. So the first thing you come across is a sorting hat, and then it's a fun little moment where you tap on the wristband, you see an image of yourself, and then you have a sorting hat on top of you. So as you know, the sorting hat always chooses your house. You don't get to choose, but in this case, we allow you to. Um, in that first gallery, you've got all four of the houses represented and just amazing props and costumes from each of them, beautifully decorated. You'll see Luna Lovegood's glasses. You'll see, let's see, who else? What else are you going to see? Cedric Diggory. Who else is a Ravenclaw? Of course, you'll see Harry, Ron, and Hermione's robes, all the things you want to see. And then
Yeah.
from there, you go on this journey. Now you leave the houses area, and now you're in Hogwarts, and so you're going to go into the Great Hall. You're going to go into a wands classroom, a potions classroom, a divination classroom, an
Mm.
herbology classroom, and a defense against the dark arts classroom. And
Okay.
each of those things, you're going to do something. And so you feel like you're there. There's amazing photo ops. And like in the Great Hall, for example, there's Professor McGonagall's costume, which is beautiful. And then behind you, there's all these floating candles. And there's this media moment where you see owls flying and or sorry, owls flying and pumpkins floating. Um,
Mm.
it's magical. And then from there you go into the wand gallery where you do a little spell and you get some points for your house. So every time you complete a task successfully, you get points towards your house. So you go into
That
the
is so
potions
cool.
classroom, you get your choice to brew different potions, which you do on a little kiosk. And then if you get it right, you get points. If you don't, you don't. So you're always competing. It's just like being at Hogwarts. You're competing for your house points.
Can you get
Um,
points taken away like in Hogwarts?
We're very nice. We don't do that to you.
Okay,
Now
good.
I should be able to come in and like do that, but no, we
Right?
don't.
Hey, you're running. You didn't throw that in the trash can.
That's right. We should do that for sure. We should do that with at work too. Um,
Yeah.
so and from after you go to once you go through all the classrooms, you leave the grounds, you go through the herbology classroom, and then you go outside into the Forbidden Forest. But before you get there, you're going to walk through Hagrid's hut, which is
My
an
favorite
awesome.
character.
I
Mm.
know he's the best. And in Hagrid's hut, you'll get to sit in his big oversized chair, take an awesome photograph. And even the fun thing about Hagrid's hut, one of my favorite things is we try to make everything feel really immersive. And so you're in the space. And so when you're in Hagrid's hut, it's all made out of wood and whatever, and this big giant chair, but also there's a fire in the fireplace and it smells like a fire. So it feels like it's a little thing. When you're walking through the forest, it smells like a forest. Then there's a fire. And in that same room is, remember that umbrella that Hagrid had when in the first movie,
I know you
right?
can't see, but I have it. I have it up here in my Harry Potter room, is what I call it. I have Hagrid's umbrella.
I love it. Well, we have
Yes.
the original prop from the movie in the show, so you'll see it sitting in the same room. So it's really cool. We have this sort of these really awesome environment, but then also you don't see this when you go to Universal. You don't see the original props. The other thing in all the information in each of these rooms, we're talking about filmmakers and why they chose to do what they did. Because remember, this started as a book,
Mm.
right, or series of
Yeah.
books, and that book to be turned into this visual world was completely new. So Stuart Craig, who was the art director and the designer of the film, brought this world to life. So now what you see at Universal or with us is an exact iteration of this dreamscape that he created in his mind. So same goes for all the costume designers, for the sound designers, for the video editors, why they did what they did and how they did it. We talk about that behind the scenes content in the show. So why did
Oh,
they choose?
wow.
Why does Voldemort's cloak have layers to it, and how the layers
Oh
were
my
thought up
gosh.
through each, why he gets more evil and evil looking as the films go on. So after you go to Hagrid's, then you go outside in the Forbidden Forest. You cast a Patronus, which is fun, and then you go into. I think you go. Where do you go next? I think you go to Quidditch, which is super fun. You get to throw the Quidditch balls into a ring, and you see
Oh,
actually the little golden snitch, the original prop from the movie, which is super cool.
oh, how
We also have
cool.
an area called Travel, where you get to portkey. So you touch a boot, and the room spins around you, and you may end up somewhere else. We go into Newt's office, and there's a little suitcase interactive, which is really fun, where you stand behind like you're dropping down the
Mm.
suitcase like in Fantastic Beasts. There's a bowtruckle tree with bowtruckles in it.
Oh my
You're going to
gosh.
go later in what we call the Greater Wizarding World. You have Dolores Umbridge's desk. You sit behind, and you get to take this awesome photo up. And you see her amazing costume, and then right next to that is the cupboard under the stairs, which we've recreated. So you get to crawl underneath there
Mm,
and take a picture just
yeah.
like you're on Privet Drive.
Mm,
After that, you get to go into the family section, and then you go into you see a Chamber of Secrets door, which is awesome,
mm.
and you see all the Horcruxes. Uh, then you see Voldemort. Then you do a wand battle, and then it all culminates in the Pensive Gallery, where you sort of everything you've seen and done is brought back to life from scenes from the movie to remind you of all this stuff. And then, of course, the
Wow.
very end, there's a big house points leaderboard, and you get to see where how Ravenclaw did in your case, how Ravenclaw does against the rest of them. So it's
So
pretty
it
awesome.
with the winning house, do they get something like do they get some kind of award or you just get bragging rights, which is still good.
Yeah, you get bragging rights, and you can take a picture next to it if you want to, so that makes you feel better. But
So,
I forgot to mention, as you leave there, the last room is the retail store, and the retail store
uh,
has
take my money.
80% of what's in there has is all created only for this show, so you can't get anywhere else in the world.
Oh,
So it's really
wow.
cool. And if you're a fan, which I see you are, I'm sure you're going to be like, "Oh my God!" People geek out on the
Oh,
merch.
yeah,
So,
definitely. So I'm going to admit something to you, Tom. I'm
okay,
this obsessed. So my daughter and I have a 19 and a 10-year-old, and we read every night since the day they were born. Obviously, we were reading to them. Now we're only maybe about 75% of the way done on the fourth Harry Potter book. Every time we finish a book, we watch a movie. So we've only seen the first three. I'm already obsessed, but let me tell you why. Before I ask a few other follow-up questions. So I'm with a nonprofit group. We're called Guardians of the Children. Like we're bikers against child abuse. Now, the first
okay,
book, who arrives on a motorcycle to Privet
Hagrid.
Drive. It's Hagrid. And he
Yeah.
is the one that saves Harry from, what I mean, most people consider this an abusive family, right? And so
Right.
that's kind of what caught my attention was, I'm part of this group. We accompany kids when they have to testify in court, and they look like Hagrid, right? And so that was the part that really caught my attention. It's this biker, and he comes and he saves this kid from an abusive household. So
I
ever
love
since
that.
the first book, that's why I was hooked. And that's why I'm a little, I'm
Oh, that's
39
perfect.
going on 40, and I'm barely getting into my Potterhead era, but I love it. One question that I did have for you, what was your thought process in choosing what you wanted to include in this exhibition? Because there's so much.
Yeah, that was the hardest part. Obviously, it's not the things that there's so much in the world, is to what you don't include, and of course, and so honestly, um, most of it we did because,
Yeah,
and so
it
you'll
sounds
see
like it.
when you get there, it's really big. It's a lot, and that's what I think makes it so special. Is it's like so there's over 25 different rooms as you're going through this, right? It's
Okay.
a what my favorite part is you're going even when I've walked through the show 1,000 times. Every time I'm walking through, I'm like, God, I gotta go. It's another. I'm only halfway because there's so much, and so I think that we really didn't leave a lot out.
Yeah.
I'll go back. I'm like, "Oh, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. But I'm really happy. I think it's a great experience. If you're a casual fan, even if you've seen only one movie, you're still gonna get it, and it's good for the casual fan and the super fan.
And how do you choose a city or location? Because it is such a huge area that you take up. How do you make that choice?
Yeah, so my company, this is what we do for a living anyway. So we're always touring different shows around the world and trying to find the right places. It's not always easy. We happen to find a good spot in Dallas, so we really feel good about that. Most of the time, the show is, from the business perspective, it's a big, expensive show.
Yeah.
So we have to go to markets that can support it with enough people. So the cities we've been to are, major markets, and
Yeah.
Dallas is obviously a major market in the top 10 of the United States. So we always try and go there. We'd love to go to every single city. We just have to make sure that the economics come. So hopefully
Oh,
with shows like this, we get lots of publicity and lots of people come.
oh, definitely. There's a lot of people from El Paso that are Dallas Cowboy fans or haters, either way, and they travel to Dallas to watch the games. We go once or twice a year to watch a game. So, with that being said, people will be traveling. Are you going to maybe work with any of the other local businesses so people can make a weekend of it, like a Harry Potter weekend? Maybe like a coffee shop or something like that. We're going to work together with somewhere else in the city.
We do all kinds of different packages. I don't know what we've announced so far, so I'll leave that
Ah, okay.
that one alone. But know that there's a lot of different. We want to become a part of the community. That's
Mhm.
we come into a market. We're there for 4 months, 6 months, whatever, like a long enough period of time where we can have an impact. I know that the people at Pepper Square, where we're located, we currently have a Titanic exhibition there that's doing
Mm.
tremendously well. They really have enjoyed the fact that we're there, and because the parking lot was empty before we were there, and
Oh,
now
okay,
it's
so
full.
parking
It's
lot.
good for the local businesses. It's good for people. So we do really try and become a part of the local community everywhere we go.
Is there going to be a Harry Potter Dallas Cowboy collab? Because then I'd really go broke.
I don't know. Well, if you've got maybe
Like
if
you
you
have
could
to think
connect
of
with people at the Cowboys, yeah, that'd be a good
there
idea.
you
Let's do
go.
it.
What is your favorite part of the attraction? I know that's a loaded question, but what like really stands out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was saying earlier the part that whenever people ask me that question all the time, and it's
Hmm.
really about how much is in there. It's not about one particular thing. To me, it's about the aggregate of there's so much, and it just
Yeah.
it feels so it's powerful. Like if it's not just a couple of rooms, or it's not just a one ride, or it's not it's really it takes you a solid hour to go through there if you're
Oh,
casual. And if you're
yes.
a super fan, you can be in there for 2 hours. It just depends on how much you want out of it. We also have these really nice accompanying other things. Like you get an audio tour, and it's kind of like a podcast. I mean, there's so much content about the filmmakers, why they did what they did, the evolution of things, the evolution of the storyline, the costuming, so on. There's really cool photo ops in there, and all these different little environments. I mean, it's really the culmination of all of it together. Um, but I
And
do love
that's
sitting in Hagrid.
Oh, I'm just gonna live in there. You can just, I'll just charge me and I'll just stay in there the whole time. Actually, I did hear a little bit of that audio at harrypottertheexhibition.com, and it looks, just that little bit, and I was already hooked. And I'm very curious. You say you stay at these locations for, 4 to 6 months. How long does it take you to set it all up?
Yeah. Well, it's a big show. So the exhibition comes in almost 50 trucks. So it's an enormous
Wow.
production. We usually take about 3 weeks to install it, and then it
Okay.
takes about 2 weeks to take it down. So it's in between cities is about 5 weeks, and it's hundreds of people, both our team that comes in and also lots of local people. So it's a big effort, it's a big effort.
Yeah, no, I would imagine. And okay, I have some personal questions for you. You talked earlier about the Patronus. Have you thought about your Patronus, what yours is, either the animal or your happy memory, if you ever had to use it?
I guess I must have been influenced by the film because my Patronus is always the stag.
The
So
stag.
yeah.
Are you
I
Gryffindor?
feel like though if I had a Patronus, it wouldn't necessarily be uh personally, it wouldn't necessarily be an animal per se as much as it would
Mm.
be water. I think water would,
Mm.
even though I don't know that you can do that in the canon of the film, you probably can't. But to me, my happy places are surrounded by water, so I feel like and water is a big part of my life. So to me, it would be water. But even though I think it's supposed to be an animal. But
That's interesting. Actually, I was just talking to one of my friends about like this is off topic elements, like
yeah,
elements of your personality elements. So maybe yours is water, which
yeah,
which makes sense. So I did tell you my connection, with the bikers and Hagrid, and that just sent me,
love it.
spiraling into the whole Harry Potter world. Now I have a 10-year-old, and I always let her ask a question. I say, "Hey, I'm interviewing so and so. I'm interviewing, this person," and her question, which I think you already answered, but I'm going to ask you. Can you get a wand, like an Ollivander's wand, at the Harry Potter exhibition?
Would you like a regular wand or a chocolate wand? The
Oh
answer
my
is yes. You
gosh.
can buy
Awesome.
one in the gift shop, but there are both character wands as well as chocolate wands. So yes, the short answer is yes. But you can
Oh,
also bring your
cool.
own, and you don't
Oh,
need one if you don't have them, but you can bring one. But I just happen to have the Elder Wand in my hand right now. So
she actually did when we were at Universal. She got chosen at Ollivander. She has her wand,
oh,
so I'll have
that's
her take it. But I'm more than likely she's also going to get a chocolate wand, for her.
yeah, exactly right for her, right, right,
Yeah,
mom,
for her.
sure,
I mean, it's displayed in my room, but it's yours.
yeah,
And I also have one more question. The exhibition, it's been around since 2022. It started in Pittsburgh, correct?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Is it the same? Is the exhibition the same everywhere and in all the locations that it's in, or is it different for every location?
So the touring one in North America is essentially the same exhibition since Philadelphia. We've changed it. We've made some modifications, but the collection of artifacts is the same. The rooms, when we go to one event, one location versus the other, maybe the ceiling height is a little different, a little higher, a little lower.
Mm.
We have to go wider. Those things change, but to most people, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And I lied. One more question. The
sure.
fans, when they go in, I told you I could talk all day about this. I warned you. The fans, when they go in, and you see adults, you see kids, and you see like them light up in the magic, like, do you have any stories where people have come to tell you about their experience or either with the exhibition or with Harry Potter? Are there any stories that stand out to you, or how does it make you feel when you see like them enjoying the magic that you helped to create?
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, we've had over 4 million people have seen this exhibition. And this is why I do what I do. Like when you see, first of all, people, when you stand outside and you watch them queued up in the line and they're all dressed in their robes or they have their wand or they're just excited. They can be in their regular clothes, whatever. And then they go through and you see people like they come. One of my favorite things is all of our rooms are sort of set up where you come around the corner and discover things. And so
Mm.
I'll stand sometimes in a room. Like we have this, I didn't mention this, but we have a giant dragon that's inside and we're right by the Tri-Wizard Cup area. It
Wow.
might be a Hungarian horntail. I don't know. So then you come around the corner and people don't know it's coming, and you see them like, like the surprise and delight moments are just so awesome.
Oh,
And
that is
then
so
you
cool.
also see people who get teared up, like they're emotional. They're because they're there, right? They feel like emotionally connected to the story, and now we've been able to give them a place where they feel like they're literally there. It's it's really powerful. So
Yeah.
and
I'm
then of
pretty
course seeing them leave happy.
Oh, yes. I'm pretty sure that's going to be me crying. Again, I told you, with Hagrid, that's why I get teary-eyed because it reminds me of what I do with my nonprofit. So everyone
Yeah.
has their different connection to Harry Potter. And Tom, I don't want to take up more of your time, but is there anything else that you would like to tell the audience about the exhibition or anything else that we've talked about today?
Well, the cool thing is that it's in Dallas, and so it's not far
No.
from all of Texas, and so certainly El Paso. So I think it's only going to be there a limited time. I would say t take advantage while it's in town. It's a big show. It takes a lot to move. We currently don't have any other dates in Texas, so I would say if you're a fan, you should make the trip.
I'm actually going to make a call out to all of my fellow Potterheads, especially my Ravenclaws. Let's make a trip. Let's get out there as a group, represent El Paso. Let's win because even if we don't win for our house, we win for El Paso. So believe you me, I'm going to be making that call.
I love it.
I'm actually on my way right now to Krispy Kreme. They have those Harry Potter donuts that came out today. So, I'm going to see what other Potterheads I find there and just spread the word. I'm so excited again. Tom, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you, Amber. It's been a pleasure.